Harry was saying earlier, Peter, that when you actually did the recordings of the Guns in the studio, that you actually became these characters, Crun and people like that. I mean, were they real to you? Could you put a face on them? And
I think to all of us, you know, they absolutely lived. I mean, I remember how, for example, you know, they came about in various ways, as Harry was telling you. But I mean, one character, Benteen, was forever telling people they were a genius. They were geniuses, you see. I don't know why he did this, but he'd say to anybody, you know, after a few minutes conversation, you're a genius. So one day, you see, and they usually believe it, because Benteen, you know, is the only one who's had any real education out of the three of us. And he went to Eton, he's been to Eton, you know. Just to do the drains, mate. But and he was always telling... Yes. But, yeah. But I mean, he was the one who sort of, you know, he'd studied nuclear physics, and you know, all we could do was, you know, get through these three-letter words like cat and dog and it. And, anyway, we're a bit better than that after we'd had a course of Reader's Digest things, you know.
Therefore and whatever.
But anyway, therefore and whatever, yes. This fella came over one evening, I'll never forget it. He was a tall and wide. He wasn't fat, but he was sort of wide. And he was dressed as a scout leader. In fact, he was a Boy Scout leader. Benteen was appearing at Chiswick Empire, and I was at Shepherd's Bush Empire, which is now a BBC station. Yeah. So, and anyway, the door opened, and the fellow said, "There's some strange geezer out here. Well, I don't know what he says. Michael Benteen sent him along." So I thought, well, I might as well see him. You see, so. Anyway, this tall fella, he got a little briefcase, and he got the scout hat, but he got a big red beard with all this. And red knees and socks and all the insignia, you know. And he said, and I'm not kidding, this is how he spoke, he said, "Could I come in for a moment, please?" And I thought, what is this? So I said, "Yes, certainly, please, what can I do for you?" He said, "I have just seen Michael Benteen at Chiswick. And he said that I'm a genius."
He must have been sent from heaven, Peter.
Yeah, he was, you see. And then, so basically from that, then he went on to ask me about doing a concert at the Solgrave Road Boys Club or something, you see. So I said, no, I don't think, you know, it's like Saturday night, after Saturday, it was on the, you know, after the show on Saturday night, I'd pack up my... You know, it was the last thing I really wanted to do at that stage, especially if he was an example of what I was going to find down there. You know? So he said, he thought he took this as a hint. He said, there is a fee involved. So I said, no, it's not a question of money, I assure you. Really, I would come, but I just can't, you know, at the moment. So he stood there for a second, he said, "Oh, well, just a thought." He said, "Do you know anyone else I could see?" So I sent him along to see. And so he found our blue box.
That's amazing.
Yeah. He did a big falsetto, and you know, I think we added a little bit to it, but I mean, it was mainly that.
Well, let's have a look now. I mentioned earlier to both of you this occasion when you got together for the...